Good morning, friends. My name is Miss Amanda from the Boca Raton Public Library, and we're coming to you this morning from beautiful Gumbo Limbo Nature Center. And today we're celebrating the winners of our Luna's Story Writing Contest. These kids have written beautiful stories about Luna's adventures, and we're going to celebrate them today, read their stories, give them some prizes, and maybe have a special guest. So we're going to get started. It's Miss Sophie's turn. You want to come on up? I'll read it for you though, okay? So Sophie's book, which also has beautiful illustrations, is called Luna and the Magic Book, An Unexpected Adventure. Summer arrived and Luna couldn't wait to start her voyage. Every summer, Luna goes to Gumbo Limbo where she meets her friends, but this year, Luna decided she would do something different. Since she signed up for the summer reading program, thank you very much, Luna plans on going to the library instead. Some weeks later, after a long time, Luna reached her destination. Everything was normal at the library. People were reading in silence, checking out books, and scanning the shelves for an interesting story. Luna walked along the corridors, searching for her favorite book, when she spied something unusual. There was an old wooden shelf on her left that had keys carved into it. Luna was curious, so she went over to see what books it held. To Luna's surprise, the shelf was empty. Luna looked even closer, and she finally spotted a book. Excitedly, Luna pulled out the book, which turned out to be incredibly old. It was a brown leather book with no title, and when Luna opened it, she saw yellow, crispy pages. The first thing she saw when she opened the book was that the pages were blank. No cover, no story. This is not an everyday book, thought Luna. She flipped through the pages, but they were all the same. Luna flipped to the first page and sighed. She thought it was going to be an adventure, but that was not the case. Just as Luna started considering that it was just an abandoned journal, something unexpected happened. 3 words appeared on the page. Are you ready? Luna's eyes widened. Did she just see what she saw? Luna looked down at the book again, and the words were still there. Luna decided to write an answer. Am I ready for what? She wrote. After a couple of seconds, the book answered, Are you ready for an adventure? Yes, I am, Luna wrote back. Then suddenly, Luna and the book disappeared from the library. Luna looked all around. Where was she? She couldn't guess. Behind her was a dark, misty forest. On her right, there was a large meadow with mountains and an ocean in the distance. And on her left, there was a small, cozy-looking cottage. And in front was a big, looming castle. Here's the castle. Luna clearly was not in the library, but now, was that possible? Luna decided she would go to the castle and see if anyone knew the answers. When Luna got to the doors, she pushed them open, and they answered with a loud creak. Luna walked along the corridors, finding it easy to get lost. Finally, she found an old man with an enormous white beard, admiring the paintings on the wall. Excuse me, sir, said Luna. My name is Luna. I got lost. Can you please tell me where I am? The old man gave her an odd look and smiled before answering. Hello, Luna. I'm Professor Dumbledore, and you're at the Hogwarts Castle, said Professor Dumbledore. Hogwarts? Said Luna. She was shocked. But as soon as her shock turned into joy, Luna ran around the corridors singing, I'm at the Hogwarts Castle, I'm at the Hogwarts Castle. She was so happy. She didn't see 3 people coming her direction. I'm at the Hogwarts Castle, I'm at the Hogwarts... Oops, Luna said. She skidded into a halt but kept sliding on the marble floor. Crash! Thump, thump, thump! Everyone fell. Luna said sorry and she helped everyone up. And there was a girl with thick curly brown hair, a boy with flaming orange hair, and another boy with black hair and a scar across his forehead. Luna smiled. She was sure these were Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Hi, said Luna. You are Harry, Ron, and Hermione, right? How does she know our names? Whispered Ron to Hermione. She shrugged. Harry said, that's right. What's your name? My name is Luna, she said. We haven't seen you around lately, said Hermione. Are you new here? So here's Hermione and Luna. No, I'm just visiting, said Luna. Well, this is an excellent place to visit. It's so beautiful. Did you know Hogwarts has been built thousands of years ago? It also is, Hermione started, but she was interrupted by Ron. There she goes again, groaned Ron. Remember, you said no facts this week. Hermione said, all right. Do you think you guys could show me around? Asked Luna. Of course, said Harry. They went to Gryffindor Common Room, the cottage, which turned out to be Hagrid's, and to the Whomping Willows with a safe distance, of course. At the end of the tour, Luna had 3 new friends. When they started going back to the castle, a blonde, skinny boy stopped them. Hello, Harry, he said. I doubt you could go into the dark forest. You're such a scaredy cat. Ignore him, Harry, said Hermione. Yeah, Malfoy never has anything good to say, said Ron. So, Harry ignored the bullying and he continued walking with his friends. When they got to the Hogwarts castle, Luna said, it's so important that people stand up to someone who's being bullied or teased. Right after Luna said this, she started fading away. What's happening? Cried Ron. And with that, Luna disappeared again. Luna wasn't in the Hogwarts castle anymore. She wasn't anywhere near it either. Harry, Hermione, Ron, said Luna, where am I? Hi, said a voice. Luna whirled around and there was a skinny girl with bright red hair and freckles. I wonder who it is this time. Hi, said Luna. I'm Anne Shirley. Annie with the E. Who are you? Said Anne. I'm Luna, she said. Nice to meet you. Isn't it a wonderful day outside? Oh, look, what a beautiful sunflower. I'll name it the Queen of Light. Yes, it's full of imagination. There's a pond nearby and people call it Barry's Pond. But that's the name that has so little imagination, so I named it the Lake of Shining Waters. I think that name is much better. Oh, I'm talking too much. When you have red hair, it's so easy to talk too much. Red hair also makes you naughty. Marilla says I get into trouble every day. It's so kind of them for taking me in. So do you want to tell them who this is? Anne, Yep, Anne of Green Gables, if you've read that before. Even if I have red hair, I wish I had black hair like my friend Diana. But anyway, do you want me to stop talking? I can always bite my tongue, said Anne. Oh my, I am in Anne of Green Gables, thought Luna. No, you can talk as much as you want. I love hearing, said Luna. Anne said, oh, thank you, but I have to go to Birch Patch to pick up some flowers for Marilla. She's ill lately. Do you want to come? Yes, said Luna. She wanted to get to know Anne as much as possible as they headed to the Birch Patch. Anne showed Luna everything, the flowers, the trees, everything she named, and Luna observed Anne had a huge imagination. Finally, they got to Birch Path, which was filled with daisies, violets, tulips, and lavender. Anne picked a beautiful bunch of lavenders and daisies as Luna picked up the red and yellow tulips. The violets were still in their buds, so Anne and Luna decided to pick them up once they bloomed. Now, each had their flower bunch, and they were ready to show Maria. Luna was odd. She looked at Green Gables and thought she was dreaming. There was the coziest little house in the middle of the meadow, and right below Anne's bedroom window there was a gorgeous blossoming cherry tree. That's the Snow Queen, said Anne, pointing to the cherry tree. Luna thought it was the most perfect name because the tree's blossoms looked like snow. And as they entered the house, Luna noticed an old man towards the house with buckets of milk, and Anne waved to him. "That's Matthew," said Anne. Once inside, Anne said, "If Marilla's awake, we can talk to her and give her flowers, but if she's not, we'll just put the flowers on the bed." "Okay," said Luna. Marilla turned out to be wide awake, so Luna and Anne gave her the flowers and talked a bit. "Hi, Marilla, this is my new friend Luna," said Anne. "Nice to meet you," said Marilla. "I hope you enjoyed picking the flowers with Anne. I know sometimes she can talk too much." I loved picking flowers with Anne. I also think she has an amazing imagination, and I should start imagining too. It makes our lives better, and it helps us notice more things and not rush past them in a hurry, said Luna. And almost immediately after Luna finished saying that, she started fading away. "I have to go. Bye. I loved meeting you, Anne and Marilla," said Luna. "Bye, Luna. Come visit soon," said Anne. And with that, Luna disappeared again. When Luna arrived at her destination, she wondered where she was. It was really simple. All she could see was that she was in a room in front of a wooden wardrobe. Luna had a guess of where she was. A wooden wardrobe? I think I know where I am, she thought. Here's the wooden wardrobe. Does anyone know what book that might be? Yes. Yep. Narnia or The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? Luna wanted to know if she was right, so she walked up to the wardrobe and opened it. Then she walked into it. She walked and walked and walked even more until she stumbled into a pile of snow. Luna got up and saw a beautiful landscape full of pine trees and snow. Now Luna had her answer. Yep, I'm definitely in Narnia. Luna walked along the snow and started as an enormous lion leaped in front of her. "Hello, welcome to Narnia. I'm Aslan." Luna gasped. "Aslan, I'm Luna. Hello, Luna. Would you like me to show you around?" asked Aslan. "Yes, please," said Luna as she followed Aslan into the woods. After a couple of minutes, Luna noticed the forest was full of animals and plants. "This place is so peaceful and happy," said Luna. "It's not always been this way. For years, sadness and fear were struck in Narnia because someone didn't respect us. But now, thankfully, it's over. Respect is something really important that we should all have. It makes people happy and live in peace. All of us had respect. Our world would be a better place," Luna said. "Exactly," said Aslan. "Oh no, I haven't been with you for 10 minutes and I already have to go," said Luna as she noticed she was fading away. "Well, even if it was less than 10 minutes, I love spending time with you. Remember, respect everybody no matter how they look or they're different," said Aslan. "I will," replied Luna, and then Luna was nowhere to be seen in Narnia. Luna was in a new place, a beautiful place, a large grassy meadow under an apple tree. The sun was setting and the dark blue sky was orange and pink, and suddenly she saw a black horse come galloping toward her. The horse had a shiny bright coat and long elegant legs and a white diamond on his forehead. The horse stopped right beside her to chomp an apple. "Black Beauty, is that you?" "Yes, and you are," said Black Beauty. "I'm Luna." "Do you want an apple?" said Black Beauty. "No, thank you. I prefer jellyfish." "Jelly what?" Black Beauty said curiously. "It's a delicious snack that you can find in the ocean," said Luna. She was admiring her surroundings as Black Beauty silently smacked his lips. Luna watched as 2 horses galloped across the field, happily and peacefully, as 5 other horses munched on the grass. They looked so happy and cheerful, even if they were inside a fence. "Those horses look so happy," said Luna. "That's because our master doesn't mistreat us. Other people mistreat horses and animals just so they look fashionable," said Black Beauty. "Oh no. That's very sad. People shouldn't do that. Animals are living things too. Even if the person is happy of what he's done, the animal won't be." "You're completely right," said Black Beauty. And then Luna started fading away. "Bye, Black Beauty. I have to go visit someone else." "Bye, have a good time," Black Beauty said. And with that, Luna was gone. Luna was in a new place this time, and she realized where she was immediately. Alice was staring straight at her, and the hare was shouting, "No room, no room!" "Why, there's plenty of room. We've talked about this already," said Alice. "I'm Alice. Do you want some tea?" "I'm Luna, and yes, thank you, if it isn't too much trouble," said Luna. "Why, it's no trouble at all," said Alice, smiling. "Hatter, will you kindly pour Luna a cup of tea?" "Of course," said a man with a purple top hat that looked 2 feet tall. "Sugar?" asked Luna. "No, thank you," answered Luna. The Hatter got a teaspoon of sugar and dropped it into the tea. "Hatter," Luna said. "No sugar," said Alice. "I know. This cup is for me," said Hatter. "Sorry if they're rude in the beginning," said Alice to Luna. After the Hatter finished mixing in the sugar, he held out the cup of tea to Luna. "Is that your cup of tea?" "It is," he said, squinting at it. "Oh, Hatter, drink the tea. I'll fix Luna a cup," said Alice. And here they all are at their tea table. After Alice gave Luna the tea, she whispered, "The Hatter can be quite forgetful." Luna said, "Do you know the white rabbit with the coat and the watch?" "Yes, what about him?" "I've always wanted to meet him." Alice said, "Well, he comes by now." Luna jumped from her chair and ran after the white blur she saw shot past her. Luna chased the rabbit for a couple more seconds before he jumped into a rabbit hole. Luna leaned forward and poked her head in the hole, and since the hole was wide and Luna couldn't grip anything with her flippers, she fell in the hole. She went down, 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 and the world went black. Luna closed her eyes, and then she landed with a thump. Luna was back in the library. She was finally home. Luna was back, and she was so excited she grabbed the book and hurried to the front desk. "Excuse me," Luna said to the librarian. "Hello," said the librarian, smiling. When the librarian spotted the book, her eyes widened, and she smiled and said, "That's a special book. Do you know that it's waterproof? You can take it if you want to, but if you don't, you can check out any book. Every book has an adventure inside of it." She winked at Luna. Luna was so happy, and she would be able to visit Harry Potter, Aslan, Anne, Black Beauty, Alice, and maybe she would meet someone new. She couldn't wait to tell Hermione about her trip, or to make a get well card for Marilla with Anne, or tell Aslan about the silly Hatter and hare. Luna was so excited to visit her friends, and she knew that what the librarian had said was true. Every book had an adventure waiting for her, so she couldn't wait to read a new book too. The end. That was awesome! Good job, Sophie! This was great. So it's obvious from your book that you have a nice passion about sea turtles, but you also have a nice passion about the library. How do you feel about the library?
It's my favorite place.
Yeah.
I love to go there and pick a book and read a new story. I love reading too, so that's why I made it about books.
Yeah, you can tell. It looks like you also have a lot of nice life lessons in here. Where do you think you got that wisdom? Do you think some came from books?
Some of them came from books. My mom taught some of them.
Yeah, your parents. Yeah. Well, I loved it. It was full of adventure and life lessons and turtles. It was great. Good job, Sophie. Thank you. Congrats, Sophie. Sophie is our winner for the ages 9 through 11 age group. Here is your special plaque and your prize. Great job. Come on over, Luna. Your dress matches Luna today. What a perfect color. Great job. Good job, Sophie. Well, that's everything. We have some amazing artists and writers. We want to thank the City of Boca Raton. We want to thank Gumbalimbo Nature Center, Boca Raton Public Library, and of course the Friends of Gumbalimbo for donating the beautiful gifts and prizes that the winners got. So thanks for coming today and listening to the stories. Bye.